Week 3 of the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel kicks off tonight in Logan as the Grizzlies, who are 2-0, yeah, they've matched their win total from last year in the first 2 games under new head coach Nate Butts. They play host to Timpanogos, who comes in at 1-1. And the story for both of these teams so far probably be the quarterbacks. Ethan Favero for Logan. Yeah, that's a familiar name. Mike Favero's his dad. He's thrown for nearly 500 yards in 2 games. Andrew Hillstead for Timpanogos has thrown for almost 850 in the first 2 games. And Timpanogos is putting up a lot of points. Logan's winning, but they're getting themselves in a hole and having to come from behind to win. So showing a lot of grit. But Coach Nate Butts says, hey, we'd like to start off a little better and go wire to wire and have the win and not have to come back. We'll see if the Grizzlies can do that tonight against a high-powered Timberwolves team. Well, Nate Butts is the new coach here at Logan High School, but he's not new to Cache Valley. He spent some time at Ridgeline on the staff down there, and so he's used to Cache Valley and Cache Valley football. And coming back after being from Texas, the South Carolina native had a lot to say about this job. We had a great talk earlier this week, and he said, you know, I saw that Logan job as a place that I could make an impact. It reminded me a little bit of back home in South Carolina, where the stuff we do, not only on the field but off, can really make an impact with the community and with his kids. The stuff we can do supersedes football. He's pretty happy with the moxie that his team has shown, coming from behind in the first 2 games to pull out some wins, but he's concerned about turnovers and about penalties. Over 300 yards worth of penalties and 9 turnovers in the first 2 games. They hope to clean it up tonight against Timpanogos.
Say the word base.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. KSM means music. Music is all we do. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. We're at Logan High School. The Game of the Week just getting ready to kick off. Logan will be kicking off to Timpanogos. Timpanogos going north to south as you look at it. Logan 2-0. Timpanogos comes in at 1-1. Back deep for Timpanogos. Robert Parsons and Parker Harvey back near their own goal line. First home game for the Grizzlies as Lopez tees it up. Huge test for a 2-0 Grizzlies team that's been kind of the cardiac kids. And they're going to be going against a team that's bigger and puts the ball up in the air a lot for a Timpanogos out of Region 8. And the Grizzlies with a penalty on their kickoff. Close to 300 yards in penalties for the Grizzlies in their first 2 games before this one. First-year head coach Nate Butts telling me, hey, we got to clean that up. They turned the ball over a bunch. They had a bunch of penalties, but they still were able to come out with the 2 wins, and they've already matched their win total from last year. Had a great conversation with Coach Butts earlier this week, and he is passionate about what he's trying to do here at Logan High, and it's about more than just what's going on the field, and we'll talk about it as the game goes on. They just kind of pooch kicked it before the procedure penalty, and they do the same here, and it's taken out there at about the 39-yard line with a fair catch, and that's where Timpanogos will start. 1st and 10, Timpanogos, led by junior quarterback Andrew Hillstead. He's 6'1", 60 of 82, 73%, 840 yards. That's about 14 yards per catch, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And they're going with 4 wide receivers and no running backs. 5 wide. Hillstead unloads. Ball is caught inside the 40-yard line. 24 yards for Graff. And Hillstead going up top early. Looking at the film and seeing some places that maybe they can make some big plays. They go in the air immediately. Here's a run on 1st down. After that big play, McCann picks up a couple. Grizzlies there to close the gap. The Grizzlies with a lot of underclassmen on this team, especially offensively. They're going to give again to McCann. He looks for a hole, steps through, and he's got a 1st down. 10 yards on a 2nd and 8 carry. Timpanogos averaging 41 points per game coming into this, and they go in a hurry. Hillstead looking downfield. Receiver, a lot of hands on him. And he comes up limping. That's Graff. And I don't know, it might be a cramp the way he's acting, because he came up and he's back down on one knee, and the officials call a timeout. LaPrey will come onto the field and they'll take care of Graff. 41 points per game for this Timpanogos team. Offensively, they've been putting up a lot of points. They beat Jordan at home 49-7 to open the season. Lost at Park City 48-33. Coach Austin Heaps is 28-18 in his 5th year. They were 9-3 last year, 2nd in Region 8. And returning a few guys. We talked about Hillstead. McCann is #1 target. 18 catches, 271 yards, and a touchdown. 15 yards per catch so far on this young season for McCann. Turn and hand it to McCann, right up the middle. Nothing fancy, and he picks up 8 yards. And that's what they've done. They've attacked the middle, and then they've attacked the left side of the defense on the outside. There's the flag. And again, they were going to the left side of that defense. McCann moved early, and there wasn't a flag forever. And then finally, it came out after the ball was snapped. I think the official was just trying to find his flag. That happens sometimes. They got their little beanbag in there, their marker, and they've got their flag, and they got to reach, try to pull it out of there. Timpanogos with the first possession of the game, moving fast. Less than 2 minutes have gone by, and they are at the Logan 23-yard line, 3rd down. Across the middle, catch, run, 1st down to the 10. A 13-yard grab by Graff on 3rd down. Not much there as Hillstead gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Reed Olson takes him down. Olson getting a look from Utah State. He's the sacks leader on this defense, and Hillstead wide of his intended target, Harvey, and it's 3rd down. Hillstead 2 for 4 on this drive, 37 yards. Both those catches going to Graff. Third and 10 at the Logan 10-yard line. Just outside the 10-yard line. There's a little out on with the rub, and getting hauled out of bounds just before he gets to the marker is McCann. He's going to pick up 9, and it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. Timpanogos doesn't even think about it. They're up the line in a hurry. The tackle moved early for Timpanogos. The right tackle came out of his stance early, so now it's going to be 4th and 6 instead of 4th and 1. So Timpanogos with 2 procedure penalties on this drive. They started this drive after the short pooch kick at their own 37, 38-yard line. Now they've got 4th and 6 at the 8. LaPrey in motion. Hillstead looking, still looking, throws it out of the back of the end zone, and the Grizzly defense holds. So Timpanogos marched right down, but then a penalty puts the brakes on the potential scoring drive, and the Grizzlies don't give Hillstead anywhere to go with the football, and he has to just throw it away, and the Grizzlies take over at the 7-yard line. Ethan Favero, the sophomore, number 13, 48 of 68, 70%, 487 yards, 10 yards per completion, 243 yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The son of ex-great coach here, Mike Favero. Just a sophomore, and sophomores all around in the backfield. Birch and Avila are sophomores as well. I think that's Avila in the backfield. Will take the first carry. It's Birch. Birch has a hole, steps inside, and he's out near first down. He's got first down yardage. 11 yards by Birch, and he gets the Grizzlies out of the shadow of their own end zone. He stays in the backfield. McAllister to this side, he's a senior. Pingree, a sophomore, is inside him. Reed Olson, you see, is the tight end. I think that's what he's being recruited for up at Utah State, is tight end, if I'm not mistaken. Covington, the sophomore, is on the far side. And a bunch of linemen in between tasked with protecting the sophomore quarterback and opening holes for the sophomore running backs. Birch back to the line of scrimmage. And you can see the size of Timpanogos. Avila, the leading rusher on this team, 4.9 yards per carry. And he's not out there. I can see him on the sideline. Ten personnel. 2nd and 10. Turn and hand it off to Birch. Birch looking for an opening. Picks up a yard, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Ethan Favero hands off to Mason Birch, brought down at the line of scrimmage by Mo. 3rd down.
3rd and 9. And the sophomore is going to have to put it in the air. Talk about the size of Timpanogos, their nose guard, Andrew Sanders, 6'3", 234. Yeah, I think he's bigger than that. And a couple of rangy defensive ends. Favero unloads. He's got a man, and he throws it between McAllister and another back, and it's picked off and returned to the 10. McAllister and Pingree were both there. McAllister was wide open. Logan says it's their football. Says there was a fumble on the run back. But the officials have said no such thing. And I'm looking, is there a flag? Because Logan's offensively is motioning that it's their football. One of the receivers came running up. It might have been McAllister. Came running up right behind that the guy returning the ball and swiped down at it. And apparently took it away from him. It's Logan football. So back-to-back turnovers, an interception for Logan, and then they get it back on a fumble on the return. A new set of downs for the Grizzlies at their own 11-yard line. Quick throw, and it's knocked down by the defensive end. That's number 50, Chessie King, all 6'4" of them. One of those, I told you, the rangy defensive ends and how big they are. Both those DNs look like they're about 6'3", 6'4". Nose guard 6'3", and listed at 234. He looks like he's a few sandwiches heavier than that. And that three-man front is 2nd and 10. Give it to Birch on the little delay. Birch picks up positive yardage. In fact, picks up about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. So the offensive line has made a crease or two for Birch. And he's got 17 yards on 4 carries. 3rd down. And a long 4. Again, Favero, just a sophomore. As they look to the sideline for the play. Back judge is counting. And they get it off in time. Favero throws to the edge to McAllister, and he drops it. He was right at the sticks. Might have been a little short. It came in low. He had to go down and try to get it off his shoelaces, and he couldn't come up with it. 4th down, and the Grizzlies will have to punt. 7:02 to play in the first quarter. No score here at Logan between the Logan Grizzlies and the Timpanogos Timberwolves. Peters back to kick. Rugby style kick, gets it away, and it does not go very far, and then it kicks backwards. I wonder if one of those Timpanogos linemen got a finger on that, because that only ends up being about a 10-yard punt. So the Logan defense in a bad spot. They bowed up once before and took this high-powered Timpanogos offense all the way to 4th down, and they couldn't convert. Here's Hillstead. Got time. Unloads. Has a man. It's McCann who slides in and catches it for a 13-yard gain to the 10-yard line.
Pass complete to number 9, McCann, brought down by Connor Peters. First down, Timpanogos.
3 for 5 for 50 yards for McCann. And they go in a hurry.
Hand off to Woodbury. Short gain on the play.
Gain of 3 for Woodbury. 2nd and goal. The ball was right at the 10. In fact, it's only a gain of 2. McCann has it tipped at the line of scrimmage. Coming hard after him was Austin Birch, the senior linebacker. He got his hands up and knocked it down, and one of the Timpanogos linemen, Trent Fuimoano, all 321 pounds of him, lost his helmet, so he's got to go to the sidelines. The helmet comes off, you got to go to the sidelines for a play. It's 3rd and 7. 1 for 2 on their last possession from Timpanogos. Hillstead looking, pulls it down, has an opening, looking for the end zone. They're trying to keep him out of there, stretching forward. Looks like he's got it. Let's see. Was his knee down first? The official from the far side comes in, says 4th down. Timpanogos quickly up to the ball. And they spread it out with stacks either way. And McCann in the backfield with Hillstead. 4th and goal. Give it to McCann. Stands in the end zone. Touchdown, Timpanogos. They finally break that goal line. The Grizzlies not giving up anything easy, but a short field drive ends in points for the Timberwolves. Four carries, 21 yards, and a touchdown for McCann. Timpanogos short some players. And they better hurry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like they've got 10. You can play with 10. That's not a penalty. Knuckleball through the uprights with 5:42 to play in the first quarter. It's Timpanogos 7, Logan 0 on the game of the week. Well, as fall creeps in on us, it brings a whole new dynamic to what we need to do out in the garden. Now's the time to save at Anderson Seed and Garden in Logan. You can enjoy amazing deals on fall bulbs, perennials, and all your garden essentials. Don't miss out on their end of season sales on outdoor decor and supplies. Hurry into Anderson's for some of the best prices of the year. And check out their website at andersonseedandgarden.com. Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. So the Logan defense held on 4th and goal on the first possession. Then the offense turned it over, got it back immediately on the return of the interception, but then couldn't do anything with it and had a short punt. So a short field for Timpanogos again, and Logan again held him to 4th and goal, but it was 4th and less than a yard. They couldn't keep him out of the end zone. And Timpanogos now with that 7-0 lead. The Grizzlies have fallen behind in both of their first two games and rallied back to win. Coach Butts liking the grit of his team, but wanting them to get started a little earlier and not make some of the mistakes that put them in the hole. Now we've got officials having a confab. I did not see a flag anywhere. And the white hat says personal foul on the Grizzlies. Well, there were a couple of players kind of going at it. A little bit of chucking and popping after the play, so it's half the distance to the goal. And first down at the 10. So field position once again an issue for Logan. Favero gets rid of it to Reed Olson. Olson, the big target, gets across the 15 out to about the 16-yard line. Pickup of 6 on first down, and Favero sees one of his passes completed. And for a young quarterback, that's big. You like to see the pass go into the right hands. Yeah, he completed another one earlier to the wrong player. They got bailed out when that defender fumbled on the return. Stack to this side, receiver to the far side, and Birch in the backfield. Have not seen Avila. Did not ask Coach Butts about availability. He didn't make any comment about him not being available, and that's a big deal. He's their leading rusher. No score, or no penalty score. Talking is hard. No gain for Birch, and it's third down. 0 for 2 on their last possession were the Grizzlies. McAllister and Pingree to the near side. Two receivers to the far side. Birch in the backfield. The two sophomores there in the backfield, and Birch and Favero. Fake the give. Roll it out to the edge. And the receiver's better off that he dropped that one, because the block by Covington didn't get the job done out on the edge. and it's 4th down and 4. Peters had one punt this year before that one that only went a few yards, and it went 64 yards. This one he doesn't do the rugby style, gets it up in the air. It still ends up only being about a 23-yard punt. Once again, Timpanogos with a short field.
First down, Timpanogos. Section 39.
Woodbury, the leading rusher on this Timpanogos team, 26 carries, 89 yards, 3.4 per carry. We mentioned McCann, their leading receiver. And tonight McCann has 2 catches along with Graff. Graff at the bottom of your screen in press coverage. See if they go after him. That's where Hillstead's looking, and instead he checks off and comes to McCann underneath. And McCann picks up 10 yards and a first down. Snuck him out of the backfield. And now Hillstead's 4 of 6 for 60 yards. They're going to give it to McCann. McCann tries to turn it back inside. Flag comes in late. In fact, that's not McCann. That's Woodbury. Woodbury might have lost a half a yard, and the flag in the vicinity of a hold. 3:54 to play in the first quarter, 7-0 Timpanogos here at Logan. The penalty is on Timpanogos. I would imagine that Logan would want to take it and back him up. It's a hold. And they will. So Timpanogos now with their 3rd penalty. 3 penalties, 20 yards for the Timberwolves. And it's 1st and 20. They had to re-spot it. They'd taken it back 11 yards. Hillstead, clean pocket, steps up, hit, ball's loose. Grizzlies look like they have it. Let's see. Second fumble for Timpanogos, 2nd recovery for the Grizzlies. Josh Sandoval comes out of there with it. And the sack by Reed Olson, his 4th of the season. Logan offense back out onto the field. As in the early going, the Logan defense giving this high-powered Timpanogos offense some fits. But Timpanogos leads 7-0. Favero loads up. Pocket collapses. Down he goes. Human avalanche takes him down. Number 55, Andrew Sanders. 2nd sack of the night. 1st sack of the night of Favero. And a loss of 5. He had time and he stood up and moved up in the pocket. And then Sanders pulled him down. Give to Birch. Hit in the backfield. Down he goes. Sanders was in there again. Loss of a yard, and it's 3rd and 16. Logan 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. It's a 3-man line, and that's a 3-man rush. And Favero has to bail out. Down he goes. He runs into his own lineman. He had an alley, and as he turned the corner, he ran right into his own lineman, and down he went. So the Grizzlies, after the turnover, lose 11 yards, and they will have to punt. Favero losing 10 of those 11. And it goes down as 2 sacks Another short kick. This one gets a better bounce. But it ends up being a 27-yard kick. 29-yard kick. But at least if you're one of the Logan faithful, you say, well, at least Timpanogos is starting on their own side of the field for only the second time tonight. Their fourth possession in this first quarter. They lead 7-0. Logan's turned them over twice. Once on downs, once on a strip sack. And now they're out there with no running backs and 5 wide. Looking underneath. Hillstead finds his receiver. And a pickup of about 6 for Jones, his first grab of the night. Hillstead looking this side now. LaPrey grabs it right at the sticks. He's got a first down and a gain of 5. Pardon me, that was Harvey. Timpanogos doesn't waste any time. They're right back to the line. They go to Harvey again on the little screen. It's a gain of 2. Approaching 1 minute to play in this first quarter. And they keep running those little screens. And this time there's nothing doing as Sebastian Cruz came up and read it. Now they've got the corners coming up hard. Do you run a fake and go type of action? Loss of 5. Third down. Hillstead on the inside, breaking route. Here's the flag. Caden Nean was there early. It's a pass interference on 3rd and 13. It's going to give them a first down. And it's the right call, even though they're not happy about it here at Crimson Field. Nean was there a step early, so it keeps the drive alive for Timpanogos. For the Grizzlies, their 3rd penalty of the evening. Sometimes it's not the number, it's when they happen. And that was ill-timed. Timpanogos came out taking a couple shots deep. Since then, they've been looking to the edges, going underneath. They've tried the middle once. Harvey in motion. Hillstead looking downfield, goes through the hands of his intended receiver, Jones. 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Jones turned, the ball was there. Hillstead put it a little high, but it should have been caught. Four wide, no tight end. Fake the give, look underneath again to Harvey. Just on those quick, they're running those slants and those in-breaking plays from the slot. They're tough to defend. 11 yards for Harvey. And a quick give and a pickup of a couple to Woodbury. Second and 8. First quarter clock winding down. This may be the last play of the first quarter. Harvey hit just as he hauls it in. It's a 3-yard gain, and it's the end of the first quarter here in Logan. Timpanogos 7, Logan 0. Well, I don't know if you listen to our bumper music coming in and out of the breaks, but if you can name most of these songs that are playing, that means a couple of things. One, you got pretty good taste in music. Two, you're old enough to know what these songs are. And that means you may want to start thinking about getting your hearing checked. You know where you do that? You do it at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Improve your life and the lives of those around you with today's hearing aid technology. Dr. Paul Daines will customize a hearing program just for you. Don't miss the joys of life. Call Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology today for an appointment. Logan with 12 yards of offense in that first quarter. If I hurry and add up Timpanogos, they had 32 yards on the ground, 100 in the air, 132 for Timpanogos, and they have the ball again in Logan territory, deep in Logan territory at the 14, and it's 3rd down and 5. Timpanogos 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. Logan defensively haven't really given up the big play. First pass of the game was for 24 yards. And now it's 3rd and 5 at the 14-yard line. Hillstead with Woodbury behind him and 3 receivers to this near side. Hillstead's going to run a little swing out to Woodbury. Woodbury stops short of the first down. But Timpanogos has shown no worry about going for it on 4th. It's 4th and 2. First completion to Woodbury tonight. Push in the pile as Hillstead keeps it. This is all going to depend on the spot. They've got to get inside the 10. If they spot him short of the 10, he didn't make it. But let's see. It looks like they spotted him right at the 10. Are they going to measure it, or are they going to just say first down? Well, that was 4th down. They haven't changed the sticks yet, and they've winded the clock. They had 3rd down on the sticks before. Now it's 4th down. Turn and hand it off. Caught in the backfield. No, it's Hillstead keeping it. Nice fake by Hillstead. I thought the back had it. Then he bailed out of there, did Hillstead. Headed the other direction for 4 yards and a first down. That was on 4th and 2. Handed off to Woodbury. Woodbury picks up 4. Logan defensively got to be starting to get worn out. They have been on the field a lot in this early going. Here's the throw. What a grab. Touchdown. That was a great catch because the defender was all over the receiver down there. And see who that is. He pulled it away. He reached around that defender, all off Travis Hunter for Colorado last night. And he took it away. That was Graff. As they get ready for the PAT. Kicks up, kicks good. It's a 2-score lead for Timpanogos with 11:05 to play in the half. Timberwolves 14, Grizzlies 0. How you doing? You know, the logo shop, they've got just a little bit of everything that you can slap your logo on. Bags for school, laptops, shopping, business, drinkware from coffee cups and mugs to water bottles and thermoses, technology like speakers, power banks, mice, flash drives, so much more. Office supplies like pens, notebooks, sticky notes, blankets and throws, beach blankets, Sherpa blankets, picnic blankets. They'll put your logo on all of it. The logo shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. 10 rushing plays, 15 passing plays. So 25 plays for Timpanogos in this game. We've just started the second quarter. Logan has run 12. Logan's got to get a drive going. Number one, to try to put some points on the board. Number two, to give their defense some rest. I mentioned there's an onside kick. Ball's free. Looks like Timpanogos is on top of it. I think that one caught Logan unawares. It hit one of the Grizzlies right in the face mask. He turned and it was there. You could almost see the surprise from all the way up here. Looked like 73 for Timpanogos came up with it, and he did.
Onside kick recovered by number 73. Timpanogos ball.
We don't have him on our roster. So Timpanogos once again starting a drive in Grizzly territory after the onside kick. And they've got it at the Grizzly 49. See if they, nope, now they send the defense out for Timpanogos. Okay, first they were bringing the Timpanogos offense on, and then they sent them off, and the Grizzlies did recover. Avila's down there, he's dressed, he's their leading rusher. And he hasn't played yet. It's been Birch. And we don't know if he's dinged or maybe there's something else going on. We'll see. Two sophomore running backs and a sophomore quarterback, sophomore receivers. They sling it out to the edge and a little bit of running room. Turn in the corner and then getting walloped out inside the 40. Here comes a flag for, that was a kind of a high hit right at the edge of the field. It's a 12-yard gain. Let's see the penalty. That was Pingree. Personal foul, a horse collar. Well, I didn't see that. I did see that just as he's stepping out of bounds, he did get walloped, but he was still in bounds, and I was, you know, that made me raise my eyebrows if they were going to call that, and if maybe they thought he hit him high, but they had another defender that was kind of grabbing him from behind, so he must have had a hold inside those pads, and now Logan in business at the 24-yard line of Timpanogos. Fourth penalty of the half for the Timberwolves. Birch in the backfield with Favero. Hand it to Birch. Looking for an opening. Finally hauled down after a gain of about 3. Birch 7 carries, 19 yards.
Wakafua on the tackle for two.
He averages 5.7 yards, 113 yards on 20 carries. His longest a 23-yarder, about 56 yards a game coming into this one for Birch. That 3-man front, that 3-4 again. They go to the edge, and Avila finally in the ball game. And there's one of those big defensive ends jumping up there. He just about took that out of the air, waiting for that to happen. There's been a couple of times that it's been close. I mean, they're going to have to cut that guy or something. It's 2 6'4" DNs. It's 3rd and 8 after the incompletion. Avila runs into a 4 wide receiver look on the left side. McAllister, the only receiver on this near side. And now Avila back to the backfield. Back judge starts counting. Favero over the middle, has a man. Complete, first down, inside the 15 and down near the 10-yard line, down to the 12, and a late flag comes in. 10 yards for McAllister. And let's see the flag. It was after the catch. See if it holds up and who the penalty's on. There's already been one penalty on this drive that's helped the Grizzlies. They called a personal foul on Timpanogos. Let's see what this one was. Face mask, on Timpanogos. That's going to make it a goal-to-go situation. That'll be half the distance. And it's going to put it down at about the 6-yard line. So 1st and goal for Logan. Timpanogos with another penalty. That's their 5th of the half. Give it to Avila on the little delay. He stood up at the 5-yard line and then slung down back at 15. And there's another flag. So the linebacker, Fakahafua, was pretty excited about the tackle, and he was kind of jumping around and kind of talking to himself, and then he bumped into Avila. And so instead of a loss, it's going to be another 3 yards and another first down. This is going to say if it's after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So again, instead of back closer to the 10-yard line, it's going to be down at the 3. 3 big penalties on Timpanogos on this drive to aid the Grizzlies. And if it was after the play, then it's second down, and they do have second down on the sticks on the far side. Second down and goal at the 3-yard line. Avila stays in as the back. Here comes those A-gap blitz. You can blitz that for the run and the pass. No gain for Avila. It's going to be third down. And the Grizzlies have to come up with points here. And you really, if you're Logan, like it to be a touchdown.
Coming off the field is Rene Nava. He's limping off the field. He'll be replaced by Fenstermaker.
Fenstermaker at center, so watch the snap. New center in there for Favero on third down and goal from the 3. Avila in motion. Favero looks, gets rid of it. McAllister, touchdown. No flags. On their first third down conversion of the night. The Grizzlies finally find the end zone. And we've got an injured player. I think it might be McAllister. He got walloped as he stepped into the end zone. And he's the player that's down. You know, I talked to Coach Nate Butts, the new head coach here at Logan High, during the week as they attend to McAllister. He's originally from South Carolina. He was here at Ridgeline for a bit, was down in San Diego, and most recently in Texas as an assistant. You know, Logan, this is their third head coach in 3 years. McAllister's up and walking off on his own. Crazy turnover here. And one thing he's trying to do with this team, he says, I want to flip the script on how people see Logan High football. We want to get the GPA up. We want to get community service hours. He said, we've done a lot of those this summer. We want these kids to be good citizens, good church members, good students. And he said he was a little nervous to see if they would respond, but he said, you know, they've bought in. This is year one of a 3-year plan, but he's really encouraged about what he's seen so far. A little swinging gate, and they're going to go for 2. And it's successful. So the Grizz on the board with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to Brock Brown. And it's 14-8, Timpanogos. From humble beginnings to a leader in the fencing industry, discover the journey of Custom Fence as they continue to deliver excellence and innovation in every product. Custom Fence services multiple states, offering versatile fencing solutions for everything from residential enclosures to high security installations in areas like airports and prisons. They can do a small job, they can do the biggest jobs. Visit CustomFence.com for a quote. Custom Fence, a Game of the Week sponsor. It's been all Timpanogos thus far, and the Grizzlies get on the board with some help from a couple of big penalties against the Timberwolves.
the Grizz with their first sustained drive of the evening and a 2-point conversion with a little trickeration. And they're within 6 at 14-8. 9:03 to play in the half on a beautiful last Friday of August in Logan. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the west as the sun goes down. And Lopez kicks it away. It's taken, or out to 6. Look out! Jones turning the corner, finally caught and pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And Timpanogos again with great field position to start a drive. Logan's defense has given up 14 points, but they should be feeling pretty good about themselves because it could very easily be 28. They've turned Timpanogos over twice, and one of Timpanogos' touchdowns came on 4th and goal. Press coverage to the top of your screen. It looks like a zone to this near side. The safety rolls over. He sees McAllister underneath, but McAllister spins and make him miss. 17 yards and a first down for McAllister. Did I say McAllister? I meant McCann. Here's another big one. These guys go too fast. Woodbury with a big gain. And immediately, Timpanogos, they got to wait for him to set the chains. They don't. Hillstead up top. Flag? No. Incomplete as Jones gets his hands on it. But he was kind of falling down as he was hand fighting with the DB. And it's 2nd and 10. Here's the give. Woodbury in the backfield, brought down for a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12. LaPrade to this near side. He's got I think it's McCann just inside of him. 4-man rush. Hillstead firing away, and it's knocked away at the last second. Cruz climbed the ladder and got a hand on that. Hillstead was going to put it right on Graff, but Hillstead got up there and got a paw on it, and it's 4th down. And again, Timpanogos doesn't even blink. 4th and 1, you bet. 4th and 12, no problem. See if the Grizzlies send anybody extra. They rushed 4 last time. They've got 2 backers inside. They're going to bring 4 again. Reed Olson makes Hillstead get out of the pocket. Hillstead directing traffic. Overthrows his receiver, and the Grizzlies turn him over again. So a couple of big plays to start the drive, and then 3 incompletions. And Timpanogos bogs down and turns it over on downs. The Grizzlies offense got a little bit of rhythm on their last possession. See if they can carry it over. Talked about how big Timpanogos is. Coach Butt's telling me this is probably the biggest team we're going to play this year along their front. Again, their nose tackle, 6'3", listed at 234. I think they mean 254. He's a big boy. That's Sanders. Avila in motion. Throwing underneath to McAllister. He's back on the field and okay after being shaken up on the touchdown. And a gain of 3 as he spun down.
2nd down, Grizzlies.
5 of 10, 34 yards and an interception, along with a touchdown for Favero. Favero averaging 243.5 yards per game. They're pulling the guard, and the pulling guard left early. Cruz, Ramos Knew he had to get out there to the edge, and he just left a little bit early. First penalty of the second quarter on the Grizzlies, fourth of the half. 7:18 to play in this first half. 14-8 Timpanogos. Talk about Timpanogos, they average 41 points a game. The Logan offense averaging 25. They averaged 16 last year. Their defense giving up 23. They gave up 42 last year. Underneath McAllister again as he slips away from a defender. And he goes east-west instead of getting north and south. But he picks up yardage up to about the 30. Picks up the penalty yardage back anyway. Four catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown for McAllister. 3rd and 9. Avila motioning out of the backfield and then comes back. Now goes back into the slot on the far side. Joins Covington there. 5 wide. Reed Olson, the inside receiver, to the near side. 3-man rush. Favero looking over the top to Olson. Hauls it into the 40-yard line of Timpanogos. 31 yards on 3rd and 9. Olson 2 catches, 37 yards. Only the second 3rd down conversion of this half for the Grizzlies. Favero put it right on him. Again, Utah State looking at Olson. Not sure if they've made an offer or not on him, but they're looking at him as a tight end from what I understand. Avila slips out of one tackle, picks up a couple of tough yards. It'll be 2nd down as the clock ticks down under 5.5 to play in this first half. Birch back on the field as Avila heads for the sideline, gets a breather. McAllister and Olson to this near side. Pingree and Covington to that far side. Now Birch joins Olson and McAllister. Back judge is counting. And they get it snapped just in time. Throwing it inside to Birch, and it's a little behind him. They're working the underneath stuff. They went down the seam once to Olson for 31 yards, but it's mostly been seam and edge type stuff. 3rd down. Third and 8. In their last 3rd down, they picked up 31 yards. 2 by 2, and Birch stays in the backfield. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. 14-8, Timpanogos. Pingree in motion. Looking at him on the little swing. Instead, they go to Olson again. 1st down. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. 12 yards and a 1st down. So the Grizzly offense settling into a little bit of a groove, looking to tie and possibly take the lead with a PAT, but they're still 23 yards away from pay dirt. McAllister in motion. Handed off to Birch. Birch finds a little bit of a seam, runs it down to the 17, a gain of 6. 8 carries, 25 yards for Birch. That's about a 6.5-yard gain where they put it. As the clock ticks down towards 4 minutes to play in the half. Quick hit out to the edge. And the corner saw it coming and broke it up. 3rd down. And again, we said this about Timpanogos earlier with all the little stuff they were running to the edge. You know, you got to look out for a hitch and go. Do you do something like that here? Keep your eyes on Olsen. He's at the bottom of your screen. Do they throw one up to the end zone for him? 3rd and 4. They go into the middle, and it's nearly picked off. Olsen went downfield, and it looked like maybe a choice route. He cut it inside, and he was not the initial read, I don't think, for Favero, because he looked him off and then came back to him. And it's 4th down, pardon me. 3 of 8 on 3rd downs now in this half for Logan. The clock stops with 3:54 to play, and the Grizzlies, down by 6, are going to go for it on 4th and 4. A short 4. Now they send Olsen to the wide side. Favero underneath, and his receivers run over by his own man. Covington runs over Pingree. Pingree had sat down in the gap. He was in front of the defensive back. That ball would have been like a pitch from a pitcher right into his breadbasket. Would have been a 1st down, and instead, Covington runs right into Pingree just as the ball's getting there. And the Grizzlies turn it over on downs. Plenty of time for Timpanogos, as we've seen him move the ball in a hurry. 3:49 to play and 3 timeouts for the Timberwolves. Hillstead out to the edge. Nice job out there by Sebastian Cruz to get off of his block and make the tackle for no gain for Harvey. Hillstead gets outside of the pocket, looks underneath and throws it at the feet of the intended receiver, Woodbury. 3rd and 10. Just like the Logan offense has found their rhythm, the Timpanogos offense seems to have kind of lost theirs the last handful of plays, going back to the last possession. See if the Grizzlies send blitzers. They send 4. Hillstead hit as he throws. What a catch by McCann. It went right past the defender. And a pickup of 18 on 3rd and 10.
Brought down by Sebastian Cruz. 1st down to 3.
5 catches, 67 yards for McCann. A short gain on 1st down for Woodbury, maybe a yard. Timpanogos only 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. They're 2 of 3 on 4th downs. Hillstead rolling to the near side. Late pressure, hit as he throws. Ball to the outside as receiver had broken inside, and it's again 3rd and long. One of the Grizzly defenders put his shoulder right into Hillstead just as he got rid of it. I was looking for a flag, and they didn't throw it. It was one of those bang-bang plays. Underneath routes open, that's where they're gonna go. They try to put a body on Harvey, and that doesn't put him down. And it's a 13-yard gain on 3rd and 9. So twice they've had Timpanogos in 3rd and long, and twice Timpanogos has been able to convert. Going up top and running free is Graff. Graff has to wait for it. He's hauled down at the 10-yard line. 41 yards. Graff 78 yards on 4 catches. And the officials making Timpanogos wait. The yard marker guys aren't down there. They're going to say that it's 1st and goal at the 10. Timpanogos wasn't really happy that they had to wait. Here's the throw on the little screen to the edge, and a good job by the corner to figure that out. It was Nean. And that ends up being a loss. Hillstead hit as he throws behind his receiver. 3rd and goal. (18 of 27, 195 yards and a touchdown for Hillstead. And it's a 14-8 Timpanogos lead with 1:51 to play in the half. 3rd and goal at the 13. Timpanogos has 3 timeouts. They're going to use one and talk about this. 14-8, Timpanogos leads. Looking for more as the first half winds down on the game of the week. KSM Music is one of our sponsors. You know they offer lessons for a wide range of instruments. Instruments like the guitar, the bass, the drums, the piano, hey, even the ukulele and more. KSM Music. Call or come by for estimates and other information about any of the services that they offer. 50 West, 400 North in Logan. KSM means music. Other games going on tonight. Ridgeline is at Stansbury. Bear River is at Box Elder. That's a huge rivalry game. Skyview at Spanish Fork. Green Canyon at Highland. East at Mountain Crest. And Salem Hills at Westfield. Out in Hooper. 3rd and 13. Hillstead has time. Now it breaks down for him. Throws one up and a flag. Cruz got there. And he's made so many good plays tonight, but they throw the flag, and that ref did not even hesitate. He had that flag pulled before the ball even got there, so there must have been some stuff going on even before. We've seen a lot tonight. We've seen a couple of PIs, but we've seen a lot of receivers and DBs mixing it up both ways, and it's just kind of been when they've decided to call it. It ends up being a 6.5-yard penalty on Logan. And it keeps the drive alive. I think it's 3rd down still. Looking back into the middle of the field, McAllister's there. Late hit on the Grizzlies as Reed Olson knocks down Hillstead. And that's probably going to be an automatic 1st down. Again, same thing, right? We've seen guys get knocked down tonight, both sides of the ball, a little bit late, maybe. And this time they decide to call it. And sometimes it depends on how it happens, right? Is they hit a little high? Is it a step and a half late? And then that's when the official decide. For the most part, they've let them play football tonight, though. I don't have any complaints with how these guys have called this game. They've let them play ball. And for Logan, that's 2 tough penalties because that's a 1st down, 1st and goal on the 3. Both of those were 3rd down plays. Fake it to McCann, throw to the end zone, ball wrestled for, touchdown. Jones hauls it in for 3 yards and the score. Told you 3:45 was enough time for Timpanogos. That's 2 touchdown passes now for Hillstead. (19 of 29). 198 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kicked up and through, and with 90 seconds to play in the first half, it's Timpanogos 21. Logan feeling the pressure. They've got 8. Wendy's has them saucy nugs. Devour them for yourself, and you'll soon discover how flavor-packed, lip-smacking, and ridiculously saucy they really are. Big, bold flavors, spicy, sweet, savory, saucy, they're all the things. And you can get them in 4, 6, 10, and even 20 pieces right now. Saucy nugs at Wendy's. 1:30 to play in the first half. 21-8, Timpanogos over Logan. Other scores around the region: Westfield leads Salem Hills 14-10. Spanish Fork leading Skyview 21-14. Fox Elder leads Bear River 7-3. Highland leading Green Canyon 7-0. Mount Crest leads East 7-0. Ridgeline 14-0 over Stansbury. All those games in the second quarter. This one taken at the goal line by McAllister, looking for an opening. Slips down, back on his feet, and he gets it across the 20 to the 21. And that's where Logan will take over. Trailing by 13.
Kickoff return by Nate McAllister, brought back from the 20-yard line, brought down by McCann. First down, Grizzlies.
Logan holding their own against a high-powered Timpanogos offense that averages 41 points per game through 2 games this season. But they've given up 21, shot themselves in the foot with the penalties. And again, Coach Butts talked about that with me this week. Close to 300 yards in penalties in the first 2 games, and then the penalties here in this one. Here's the little shot to Covington out to the edge to the 35-yard line. Pick up of 14. And a first down. Covington makes his first grab of the game. 1:11 to play in this first half. The Grizz looking to put some points on the board. They get the ball to start the second half. 3-man rush. Favero looking. Looks for Olson. Did he catch it? He one-handed that. And he's out of bounds after a gain of a yard. Favero had enough time to dance around back there and try to find somebody, and he found Olson. 4 catches, 50 yards for Reed Olson. McAllister with 4 for 21 and a touchdown. Oh, and again, Logan coming out before the snap. Instead of 2nd and 9, it's going to be 2nd and 14. And here we go, back to the penalties. That's 7 now in the first half. 49 yards worth. $20 pass attempts for Favero in this first half. They've run the ball 12 times. Favero looking up top. Picked off. He threw it to the outside, and Olson broke inside. 41 seconds left for Timpanogos, and they can put the Grizzlies in a horrible spot. Second pick of the night for Favero, and the second time he's thrown it between where his receivers were running. That's Robert Parsons with the pick. Some of the crowd here thinking Olson was held and interfered with. They definitely had a hold of him, but the ball was kind of thrown between 2 receivers. Favero wound up and couldn't get it to the right man. Now the Logan defense called on to really try to bail him out. Hillstead being pursued, unloads, looking for his man, through the hands of his intended receiver. Second down, and there's a Grizzly defensive back down at the 20-yard line. I think he's got it's a cramp. I believe it's Caden Nean the junior. These DBs have seen some action tonight. They've done a pretty good job. Sebastian Cruz has really made some plays. And Nean is going to come off limping with that cramp. We talked about 21 attempts for Favero. That last attempt for Hillstead was number 30. They will throw the ball around. In fact, the last 2 games, 82 attempts for Hillstead. 41 per game. He's well on his way to that. He's going to get to 50 unless they get a score here. And Logan can't put some more points on the board to start this second half. Then Hillstead might be handing the ball off a lot more. Off his back foot, he finds McCann on 2nd and 10. McCann with the catch, steps out of bounds after a 9-yard grab.
First down, Timpanogos.
207 yards now for Hillstead. 29 seconds to play in the half. 21-8. Timpanogos, they're looking for more. 3-man rush. Hillstead unloading down the sideline. Receiver falls down, late flag comes in. That ball was not remotely catchable, but guess what? It doesn't have to be in high school. The ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school for a flag. So that was Cruz out there with just too much contact. And he didn't need to do it because the ball was well overthrown, but that's easy for us to sit and say, that corner, he doesn't always know where the ball is. You're just running with that guy. So it's another penalty on Logan, another big one, a 15-yarder. And again, they don't like it here at Logan, but the ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school. And for the Grizz, that's now 5 penalties in this quarter. All of them have come in the second half of this second quarter. 4 of them on the last 2 drives. And they've been big ones, keeping drives alive. That one's big yardage-wise. And 2 on that last touchdown drive that were on 3rd down after incompletions. But they were all the right call. 22 seconds to play in the half. Hillstead looking. Plenty of time, has a man, and he can't come up with it. The defender had fallen down, and Graff fought the ball and dropped it. He fought the ball, and the ball won. 14 seconds to play now in the half. 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. So they keep going to Graff on that right side. They've got a bunch formation this near side. Maybe you look for something underneath or something now coming to this other side. Hillstead hit as he throws, a little swing out to Woodbury. Woodbury loses the football, gets back on it at the 10. It's a gain of 5. Woodbury with 8 yards. Timpanogos will take a timeout with 6 seconds to play in the half. It's 3rd down. Both teams will talk about it. 6 seconds to play in a 21-8 first half lead for Timpanogos. Get your pizza fix at the Factory Pizzeria in Logan. Enjoy their specials on their pizzas. Swing by for their Monday special. A large 3-topping pizza and get a free small nacho, or stop in for $5 Wednesdays. $5 for nachos, $5 wings. Yeah, they got great wings along with their outstanding pizza. That's at the Factory Pizzeria, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, it was 14-0 Timpanogos. Logan got back into it with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to make it 14-8 for quite a while. Then Timpanogos scored to make it 21-8. And here they are looking for more to the back of the end zone, and it's just out of the reach of Graff. No flag this time, 1 second on the clock. And will Timpanogos try to kick, or will they go for the end zone? On 4th and 5 with 1 second to play in the half. As we look at the rest of the schedule, well, that's the end of our August schedule. Let's look into September. We finally get to see the Mountain Crest Mustangs next week as we head for Hiram, and they take on Bear Rivers. Region 11 play gets underway in earnest. On the 13th of September, it's Ridgeline at Green Canyon. Green Canyon, I'll have to check that score again, but I think they've finally given up a touchdown. In 2 games, they hadn't given up a score. I think Highland had scored on them, if I remember right. But Green Canyon, a heck of a defense. Ridgeline He's got that offense rolling again. Then we see on the 20th of September, Green Canyon back here at Logan. Then Logan at Ridgeline to close out September. And then after that, by every calendar that I know, we're into October. And you start down the home stretch toward the playoffs. Hillstead on 4th down and 5. Last play of the half. Easy touchdown to Graff. Way too easy with no time on the clock. Graff ran between 2 defenders. Somebody sat down inside. Somebody bit on something ahead, and Graff just turned around and caught the easiest touchdown of the season for Timpanogos. And these are the things that Logan's working on as they try to turn things around here. They've had the penalties, they've had some turnovers all season long, and then just breakdowns like that. They've been able to come back and win their first 2 games despite those. But I think their opponent tonight is a little bit more formidable, and it'll be tougher to do that now, especially after this kick when you're down by 19 points. Kick's blocked. And that's the end of the half, 27-8. Timpanogos leads Logan on the game of the week.
I want to succeed in athletics, but I also want to succeed in school, and I also want to help my family and my community. And so I think through being balanced and juggling all these things, it leads me to fulfill those wants and then be happier because of it.
In order to have a fulfilling and well-rounded life, you have to do a lot of different things.
She goes to her classes and she does her sports.
I don't really know how she does it. I mean, she goes there every day, which is like a smile on her face.
I think everyone can have a drive, but it's the people that actually choose to feed this hunger are the people that stand out. Your hunger to win has to be bigger than anybody else's.
If she sets her mind to it, she's going to accomplish it, and I have no doubt about that. Whether it's she needs to drop 3 seconds on her time, she needs to get a better grade on her math test.
Bill is just one of those people who, whenever I see you do anything, you always have this drive.
There's a drive there that comes from wanting to be everything that her mom set in motion in the first 13 years of her life.
My mom was one of my closest friends, so she had such an immense impact and influence on my life that when she died, my whole world was kind of turned around.
She was heartbroken, as you would imagine. She knew she had all these little ones looking to her. She was only 12 years old, but she became the person who was handling it.
I'm trying my best, I guess. It's been hard. She was such a big part of my life, but I'm doing the best I can.
She's a beautiful runner. I mean, just amazing to watch her run.
She's a tremendous sister, tremendous daughter, caring soul, remarkably proud of Jillian.
Like, she has so much responsibility in her life. It's also amazing that she does it with such humility and grace.
When you lose your mom and your sister, you realize how precious every day is, and you want to make the most of every day. Right? You sort of set high goals for yourself, and you sort of work to achieve them.
Sheer will and, passion and, but to get themselves there quicker than anybody else, to reach down deep, push through that pain, that both mental pain where you just want to stop, you want to give up, and that physical pain where your legs and your muscles are screaming, and just get yourself there.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. KSM means music. Music is all we do. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. Back at Logan High School as we get set for the second half. Eric Olson along with you. As Timpanogos will kick off, they lead 27-8 in that first half. Timpanogos with 222 yards in the air, 55 on the ground, 277 total yards. 114 total yards for Logan, 97 through the air and 17 on the ground. And one thing to watch for, Nate McAllister, the senior wide receiver who caught the only touchdown that Logan has scored tonight, came out of the locker room with the trainer. He did not come out with the rest of the team. He's sitting on the bench, helmet off, and the Grizzly offense will have the ball first. They were looking at they had his arm up, and they were kind of looking at his side, maybe his ribs, but it looks, and everybody's been talking to him, kind of consoling him, and it looks like Nate McAllister is done for the night. And that takes a weapon away from Favero. Easton Favero with 97 yards on 10 of 20 passing. Kick went in the end zone. They're going to bring it back and make him kick it again. I don't think they were ready for him. But Favero also with 2 interceptions. Both of them he was throwing between 2 of the receivers. I don't know if somebody zigged and he thought they should zag, or if he just didn't get it to where he was supposed to. But the sophomores thrown some nice passes tonight, and the sophomores struggled a couple of times. He's taken a couple of sacks. This is a knuckleball that goes into the end zone. Covington's going to let it go. And a Logan offense will start at the 20-yard line, trailing by 15. Other scores of interest at the half. Ridgeline was leading Stansbury 14-7. Box Elder and Bear River, the last score he had on that one stays the same. 7-3. Green Canyon and Highland 14-14 at the half. Skyview getting trounced by Spanish Fork at the half, 33-14. Westfield was up early in their game, and then they were behind at the half. Mount Crest leading East 10-7 at the half. Salem Hills 26, Westfield 14 at the half. Easton Favero with Avila behind him, handing it to Avila. He puts his head down, struggles forward for 6. And they need to have that threat of a run game. It's usually been the quick game that they've been able to do with the pass. A lot of underneath stuff, haven't really gone up top. Twice they've tried and they've got it picked. Pingree in motion. Now they're going up top because Reed Olson's wide open. Olson hauls it in, he's in Timpanogos territory. 33 yards for Reed Olson. He's a top priority target from what I understand for Utah State. He's got 5 catches, 83 yards. And he was wide open. He had to wait for that ball or he might have had a bigger gain. Give to Avila. Sanders gets a hold of him. Avila somehow slips away and picks up 2. And the back judge throws a flag in. It's not the back judge, it was one of the I think it was the umpire, and then another flag after the play. There's been a little bit of chirping going on out there. Both teams have committed plenty of infractions. 8 for Logan in that first half and 6. So 14 accepted penalties in the first half. And there were some plays I thought that the Stripes could have thrown more flags on some bang, pass interference, hit the guy late type of plays where they kept the flags in their pockets. So it could be worse, because now the whole scoreboard's fritzing out. The Gremlins are out here at Crimson Field, and the officials are talking about this one because if you had an after the play penalty on one team and a during the play penalty on the other. Let's see what the call is. 10:57, we've just started the second half. Played a minute 3. Logan was at the 40-yard line of Timpanogos and hands to the face, a personal foul on Logan. After the play, personal foul on Timpanogos. So 15 one way, and now we're going to walk it back the other way. And it's going to be first down where we started. As they adjudicate the pigskin accordingly.
After all that marching around,
15 yards on each team. And the Grizzlies at first down at the Timpanogos 42. And the official from the far sideline blows everything down. He wants to come talk. And now we're finally ready. Easton Favero comes to the sideline looking for the call. A lot of former Logan players on this staff with Coach Nate Butts. Guys that have a ring. Slow snap, and it's kind of a double hitch snap on the center. Yeah, he picked it up. You could tell the way that snap was coming back that he was like, wait, is it on that? And he picked it up, then put it down, and then hit it again. So the Grizzlies now with 10 penalties. $84 yards worth. Could be more, but 2 of them happened where they were half the distance type penalties. Easton Favero hits his man. The DB had fallen down. Favero picks up 14 of the 15 that they needed, as Covington has 2 catches, 28 yards. 144 yards and a touchdown for Favero on 12 of 22. He does have the 2 interceptions. For the season, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This is a big drive for Logan, trying to get something going. Avila puts his head down. Maybe a yard. And one of the Timberwolves is slow to get up. It's Standers, the big nose guard. See if they make him leave the field. The Grizzlies are on the ball, ready to go. And they say it's a first down, or is it a third down? They're going to move the stick, so it's first down.
Correction, first down.
They give Avila enough yardage for the first down. By the nose of the ball. Covington, Pingree, and Olsen to the far side. To see who's come into the ball game for McAllister. It looks like it's Quinn Pingree, the freshman. 23, he's on the near side. I have to see if we can get a look at that number. Favero vacates, has room, instead dumps it off. Putting his head down is Avila. And he's got 8 yards.
Pass complete to Kaden Avila. Pushed out of bounds by Dawson. Second down Grizzlies.
So now you've got a bunch of sophomores and a freshman out there at receiver and running back and quarterback, and Reed Olson is your lone senior of those skill positions. They're going to get it out to Olson. Olson breaks out of one tackle, rumbling for the first down and down near the 15-yard line. He's at the 16. It's a pickup of 9.
Reed Olson. Eventually brought down by Ferguson. First down Grizzlies.
Olson now 6 catches, 92 yards. And the Grizzlies with a pretty good drive going here to start this second half. Ball at the 17. Favero over the middle. Easton Favero unloads and finds his receiver, puts it right on him for a gain of about 8. That's Covington.
Brought down by Alasoko. Second down Grizzlies.
Second and 2. The Grizzlies inside the 10-yard line of Timpanogos. Timpanogos leads by 2 scores, 27-8. I think I said earlier they're up by 15. They're up by 19 because math is hard. A loss by Avila of a couple. It's going to be third down. They give him enough forward progress that it ends up being a loss of a yard. 5 carries, 8 yards for Avila. Birch started the game. He's got 8 for 25. And Birch is in there now. It's 3rd and 5. Logan 3 of 9, 3 of 8 on 3rd downs. This is their 9th opportunity. 3 receivers this near side. Favero looking in the middle to Olson. He turns and it's there. Touchdown. Big 6. $12 yards in the touchdown for Olson. They're going to go for 2 again, and they're going to get it again. So the Grizzlies close the gap with 7:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 27-16. Timpanogos leading Logan. Hey, do you remember when bread was made naturally? I sure do. At the old grist mill, they bring back that tradition. They've got simple, wholesome bread that's made with fresh milled, high-protein wheat for rich flavor. Come in and try a free slice of bread, and you'll taste the difference. Proudly serving Cache Valley since the beginning, Old Grist Mill is Logan's home for quality bread and more. The Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. That was a drive that ate nearly 4.5 minutes and culminated in the 12-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Favero to Olson. Olson 104 yards on 7 catches and a touchdown. Favero 16 of 27, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns to go with his 2 picks. Lopez kicks this one to the 5-yard line. Returned out to the 35-36. And that's where Timpanogos will get their first crack at it here in this second half. Well, that first possession of the second half, always so important. And the Grizzlies getting exactly what they were looking for. Got a sustained drive. got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Nate Butts and his crew going for 2 after both touchdowns, knowing they're going to need every point they can get against this high-octane Timberwolves offense, which is back on the field for the first time this half. Hillstead turns and fires. McCann picks up 4. 7 catches, 80 yards for McCann, and these guys go in a hurry. Hillstead again finds Graff, who's having a big ball game. He picks up 6 and a first down. 94 yards and 6 catches and a touchdown for Graff. Offenses like this are tough when you keep your own stats. Their receiver left early. Graff, who's got this one, and he dropped it. He left early. He knew it was for him. They didn't throw the flag. He left just a hair early. Hillstead, his next pass will be his 40th attempt of the night. 2nd and 10. Logan looking to bring an extra rusher. Hillstead throwing it underneath. McCann wrestled down immediately. He gains 4. McCann, body on him as he throws, and he puts it just outside of the reach of his intended receiver. He had a step. That was Liuga, Tuli Liuga. And now it's 4th down. I don't know if Timpanogos has a punter, because they haven't punted tonight that I can recall. Gone for it every time. 4th and 7. Here comes some pressure. Hillstead throws. It's way out of the reach of Graff, and Logan will take over at their own 49-yard line, trailing by 11. Grizz huddling up on the sideline. Olsen on the near side, flanked by Pingree and Pingree. Easton Favero in the backfield, along with Birch. Covington, the far side receiver. Swinging out to Birch. Birch, it's a little bit high. Favero's talking to his offensive coordinator about what he sees on that play. They've done a pretty good job of mixing it up. They've run quick game a lot. They've kept things underneath and run little stuff like that. Then every so often they'll take a shot down the field, center of the field, try to keep that defense from creeping up too much. Here comes a linebacker late. Covington was wide open in the middle, and Favero put it behind him. I mean, he was running in the clear. He had defenders that could have closed in on him, but he would have picked up the first down. So now it's 3rd down. Third and 10. And as good as that first drive looked for the Grizzlies, this one has not got off to a promising start. Favero again throwing it to a man, throwing it to Pingree, the freshman, who ran a 14-yard pattern, and Favero threw it 12. And it's 4th down, and the Grizzlies will have to punt. Peters will do the honors. He's struggled tonight, getting much distance on his punts. He's going to fake it. And he's got blockers out in front of him and a head of steam. He takes a wallop, but not until he reaches the marker. I think he's got a first down. From where the near side official is spotting it, that's going to be a first down on the fake punt. First down. They set that up earlier. They set it up earlier with the first punt. He picks up, needed 10, he picks up 10. The first punt, he ran it like that rugby punt, and he kind of shanked it, and it was just disaster. And now they wait until midway through the third quarter, and they run the fake at midfield and pick up a first down. See if that breathes a little life into the Grizzly offense. Favero trying to get the defense to jump. Middle linebacker creeping up, trying to hear what their check is. 3 down lineman and middle linebacker in the A gap. They're going to give it to Birch. Birch off tackle. Cuts back inside his guard. Picks up about 6, maybe 7. 31 yards on 9 carries for Birch. 27-16, Timpanogos. Logan driving after the fake punt netted them a first down. They're on the Timpanogos 35-yard line. Give it to Birch. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. And that's it. It'll be 3rd and 3. See if Logan's probably in 4-down territory where they are now. Pingree goes in motion. They've got him on a little out if they want him. Instead, they go underneath at Covington, who sits down in the gap. And he picks up 8 and a first down. Covington 44 yards on 4 catches. 18 of 30 now and 189 yards for Favero. First and 10 at the Timpanogos 27-yard line, and Logan wanting to extend these drives, obviously score, but also keep that Timpanogos offense on the sidelines. Favero winds up, pick after a tip. It went through Reed Olson's hands and right into the hands of the defender. Now it's free again. Nobody wants it. But Timpanogos gets it back as it bounced right into the hand of the safety. And he picked it up and advanced it. And Logan has another drive come to an end because of a turnover. Parsons with his second of the night, a pick. And then that fumble recovery of his own fumble. 3 interceptions now for Favero. That one, though, was in the hands of Reed Olson. It just bounced off his hands and right into the hands of the defender. He had the yardage, too, so unfortunate for the Grizzlies. And now Timpanogos offense back on the field. They've got 27 points. They average 41 a game this season. This is going to be a double pass. Unloading and looking to Graff was Holloway, and Holloway's pass incomplete. Graff was there, so was the defender to knock it away. Graff had to wait for it. And that let the defender close in. Turn and give, and going down immediately is Woodbury. No gain. 24 yards on 7 carries for Woodbury. His one 12-yard carry, and the rest have been short. Now, why is the clock stopped? Now they wind it. Motion by Harvey. They're looking to Harvey on the sideline. There's the flag. That one's tough, right? For Cruz is the defender. You're trying to catch up, and then your receiver's waiting for the ball. He just stops, and then you 2 steps and you run into him. We saw that on the Colorado North Dakota State game last night. A big penalty in that one at a key time when the defender doesn't know where the ball is, and he just runs into the offensive player who just stopped waiting for the ball. And the Grizzlies with another killer penalty, 15 yards. $94 yards worth of penalties now for the Grizzlies. Woodbury trying to get to the edge, picks up about a yard. Let's see. I don't know if they're going to give him. Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress for a yard. And the Grizzlies defensively have bailed out Timpanogos so many times tonight with penalties. Again, Coach Butts talked about that, and that's one of those things they're trying to clean up as Woodbury picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down. That's 5 first downs via penalty by my count tonight, and there's another flag right where the tackle was made. Personal foul, face mask on the Grizzlies, so another one.
Face mask on Grizzlies. First down, Timpanogos.
That's 12 penalties now for more than 100 yards. 2, that's 30 yards worth on this drive. Coach is going to need a meditation mantra after watching this film. Hillstead, clean pocket, looking for Graff. Leaping and not getting there.
Incomplete pass, intended for Graff. 2nd down, Timpanogos.
For the most part, they have not brought extra rushers after Hillstead, and they've made him uncomfortable a couple of times. They've gotten to him with strip sack once. But they're dropping 8 in coverage against these Timpanogos receivers. Now they're going to throw it outside to Jensen. Slips out of one tackle and then goes backwards. Excuse me, Jones. He picks up 4 and it'll be 3rd down. Hillstead creeping up toward 50 pass attempts. Throws it inside to Graff. Graff picks up the 1st down. 10 yards and a 1st down for Graff. This penalty-aided drive stays alive. And Hillstead picks up a handful. Gain of about 3. Hillstead's going to throw again on the out. This one just wide of his target. 28 of 45, 250 yards and 3 touchdowns for Hillstead. No interceptions. He did fumble it and turn it over early on in the ball game. Clock counting down toward 1.5 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. 3rd down and about 6. Hillstead, clean pocket, looks underneath. Woodbury's got a lot of running room inside the 10 and knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 9 yards, 1st and goal. Quickly, Hillstead throwing to Graff, he drops it. Covington over there playing corner now. Cruz has been out there most of the game. I'm looking for him on the sideline. I don't see him. Now it's Covington all alone out there on the field side against Graff. See if they look for him again. There's a lot of space out there. Here comes some pressure. Underneath, slipping out of the backfield is McCann for the easy score. 7 yards and 6 points. So the Grizz had made a stop. Didn't look like they had something going to maybe make this a one-score ball game. Instead, they turn it over. And Timpanogos, aided by 30 yards worth of penalties on the Grizzlies, take advantage and put it in the end zone. Hillstead is 30 of 48, 266 yards and 4 touchdowns now. PAT is up and good, and with 1:01 to play in the third quarter, it's 33-16. Timpanogos on top of Logan in the game of the week. And the only thing better than eating Wendy's is earning more Wendy's while you eat. And that, friends, is what Wendy's Rewards is all about. Sign up today and make eating at your favorite restaurant even better. That's Wendy's, the Game of the Week sponsor. Timpanogos, again, averaging 41 points per ball game. They got 34 in this one with the fourth quarter still to play. Enjoy some Skinner. Remember, if you knew that was Leonard Skinner, you're old enough that you probably ought to call Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology and get your hearing checked. Because you're old enough to know, and you listen to it loud. I know you did. Next week, Timpanogos has Tooele. Then they visit Uinta and then Provo. While Logan, after this game, they're at Skyview in a game that will be huge for both teams. Logan be coming off this tough game right here. This one's not over, but man, it's a tough one. And Skyview really struggling after getting the win in the first game of the season. Their last 2 games, they've really struggled, and they're getting walloped tonight. Then Logan's at Westfield. So 4 of their first 5 games on the road for the Grizzlies, and then back here for Green Canyon. Easton Favero has Birch behind him in the backfield, in case you're just joining us. 4 sophomores and a freshman and a senior are your skill positions for the Logan Grizzlies. And the Logan offensive line's done a pretty good job tonight. They've given up 2 sacks, too much time, another penalty for the Grizzlies. $13 now. But that goes back to what I was talking about just a minute ago. They have a bunch of sophomores on this team. They've got 17 sophomores, 17 juniors, a lot of sophomores playing, a couple of freshmen. They do have 21 seniors. Down goes the receiver, out comes the flag. There it is. The official couldn't find it. It's late. But the official immediately, as the receiver got pushed in the back, the official immediately started looking for that flag, and it's PI on Timpanogos. He couldn't find it. So what you're seeing from Logan be a lot of growing pains. Now it's a bonus they were able to win their first 2 games, and you know, they've shown pretty decent tonight against Timpanogos team that again puts up a ton of points. Beat Jordan and then lost at Park City, and Park City is a good ball club. But the offensive line has been okay. They've opened up some holes for the running game. Haven't been great in that running game, but Here's Birch. He had a little bit of trouble with the exchange, but he picks up 3. He's got 34 yards. 52 yards on the ground as we are under 40 seconds to play in the third quarter, 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. Favero throws to his safety valve out there. I think that's Pingree, and it was behind the line of scrimmage, so he has to run just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he picked up a yard. It'll be third down. 190 yards now for Favero. 2 catches, 13 yards for Pingree. The younger Pingree, number 23, has replaced McAllister, who's out with an injury. See if Logan runs another play before the end of the quarter, under 5 seconds. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And we head to the fourth quarter with Timpanogos comfortably out in front of Logan, 34-16 on the game of the week. With the right brand of products, you're not just top of mind, you're part of the adventure. You can boost your brand image, connect and communicate with fans, prospects, and customers for lasting impacts at the Logo Shop. They can help you design something. You know what they do that's really cool? If you got camps or reunions, most of those summer's gone, right? But you've got them next year. So when you're thinking about those sweatshirts or t-shirts for camps or reunions, go in and let the folks at the Logo Shop help you out with that. They make some great products, great logo design, and have great products to put them on at the Logo Shop, a Game of the Week sponsor. We head to the fourth quarter. This has been a stiff test for the 2-0 Grizzlies. They've hung in there, but this Timpanogos offense has been a little much for him. Favero looking for Olsen crossing, and he has to get rid of it before Olsen comes all the way across, and it's fourth down. 5 of 12 on third downs for Logan, and they're down by 18. 4th and 6, and it looks like they're just going to keep the offense out there. Down 3 scores, you might as well. 3 down linemen, a linebacker's coming. They hit it to Pingree. Pingree kind of fought with the ball before he turned it upfield, and it's going to be really close to the spot. This side judge right here says what? Let's see. He's across the 40. Is he there enough for first down? And they say yes. First down. 200 yards now for Favero. That was on 4th down. Favero off the run, hits Pingree for 8. Showing a little arm there. .21 of 33 for Favero, 208 yards, a couple of touchdowns, 3 picks, and a flag. Somebody have too many players on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Break the huddle with too many, or what's going on? It's going to be 2nd and 1. They gave him 9 yards, him being Pingree. Unsportsmanlike on Timpanogos. Wow. Well, somebody said some magic words, and that's 15 more yards for the Grizzlies. While they move the ball, we can check out a couple of other scores. Oh my goodness, Clearfield, I know they're not in this region, but they have struggled. I don't know that they won a game last year. They're winless this year. They're leading Jordan 33-7. Box Elder leads Bear River 14-10. Salem Hills has put 54 on Westfield. It's 54-21. We'll get to a couple more scores in a moment. After this play, 1st and 10 for the Grizz. Once again in Timpanogos territory. Pingree looking for an opening. Slips inside the 35 down to the 34. Pingree picks up a couple. Green Canyon leading Highland in the 4th quarter, 21-14. East in the 4th quarter, 28-17 over Mountain Crest. Ridgeline leads Stansbury late in the 3rd, 21-14. And Spanish Fork 40-28 over Skyview. That one in the 4th quarter as well. Extra rushers coming. Receiver goes down. Defender had his hand on him. The defender played that one well. That was Pingree the younger on that one. Quinn Pingree the sophomore, or excuse me, freshman. Now it's 3rd down and 8. Logan in 4-down territory, trailing 34-16. They've gone for 2 every time they've scored, and been successful both times. 4-man rush. Favero over the middle. Did he just throw pick number 4? The official on this near side says no, and the back judge agrees. That one again was tipped by one of his receivers, and he had 2 receivers within about 3 feet of each other, which is not supposed to happen. One of them the freshman, and Pingree and Reed Olson were talking to each other about it. Such a young team. These kids stay together. They can develop together. Birch goes in motion. Favero with a 3-man rush. Throws it to the sticks. It's going to be a 1st down. 12 yards to Pingree. Pingree now 5 catches, 43 yards. And the drive stays alive. Going up top, looking for Reed Olson. It's in his hands, and he's being held. Flag comes in. Too much grabbing by the defensive back. I don't see how it could be anything but, unless Olson pushed off before I looked up, because when I looked up, the DB had his hands all over him, and they're going to call PI instead of a hold. That's outside the 20. So let's see if that moves it half the distance or if it moves it down to, I think that one's a half the distance where it's 15, yeah, down to the 11. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Is Timpanogos now being bitten by the penalty bug. That's 10 for them. 20+ accepted penalties tonight. Favero tipped, Pingree there. Sometimes it's good to be good, but it's better to be lucky. 7 yards.
2nd down, Ridgeline.
They give him 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4, a short 4. 9:20 to play in the ball game. Handed to Birch. Birch with a little bit of daylight, but that hole closes in a hurry. It's going to be 3rd and short, but Birch picks up a couple. The first running play of this, I'll check that. 2nd running play, Pingree had a little end around. Favero up under center. And it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 1. Favero picked up 3. First and goal. Let's see where they spotted it. Yeah, right at the 1-yard line. See if they run that same look. Rivero's got Birch behind him. Now they're going to send Olsen in motion. Hand it to Birch. Birch into the end zone. Touchdown. So the Grizz keep fighting. Birch with the touchdown. 8:38 to play. They're down by 12, and now they bring the kicker out. Lopez setting up for the PAT. And they are going to kick it away. 23 on the board for the Grizzlies. They've given up 34. They're hanging in there. Timpanogos offense will get another chance to run up and down this field when we come back. Hey, you can discover the garden of your dreams at Anderson Seed and Garden in Logan. They've got expert advice and a wide selection of seeds, plants, and supplies. They have everything you need that you need to make your garden thrive. Trust the local experts at Anderson Seed and Garden, helping you grow for over 80 years. Anderson Seed and Garden. And don't forget about the good folks at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. They offer personalized hearing care tailored to your needs, from evaluations to hearing aid fittings and protection. Choosing the right professionals is key, and their skilled team ensures the best fit for your lifestyle. Protect and improve your hearing. Schedule a consultation with Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology today. It's been a fairly entertaining ball game. A lot of points on the board. 57 total points. Count that right, yeah, 34 to 23. Just a little pooch kick that Jones will fair catch at the 26. And the Grizzly defense called upon to see if they can make a stop. The Grizzlies trailing by 11. We talked about both these teams and what they're scoring and giving up. I've talked plenty about Timpanogos averaging 41 points a game. They've been giving up 27 and a half. They've given up 23 tonight. Logan's been scoring 25 a game and have scored 23. They've been giving up 23 and they've given up 34 tonight. Again, this offense is go, go, go. Not that time, though, as Woodbury loses 5 yards. The key for the Grizzlies here is if they can get Timpanogos into like a 3rd and long, it's to not get a 15-yard penalty. 2 big 15-yarders that aided the last drive. Throw to Woodbury, he picks up 6. It'll be 3rd and 9. This will be pass attempt number 50 for Andrew Hillstead, the junior. Plenty of time. Looking for Graff. Graff and the defender run into each other, and they call it incidental contact, no flag, and it's 3rd and 9, 4th and 8, excuse me. It's neither 3rd nor 9, it's 4th and 8. And the Timpanogos offense leaves the field, and they bring some other guy out that we've yet to see tonight. I understand maybe he's a strange position they call the punter. Look, they can't even get the punt team's just not used to it. They got to get out there. Wait, punt, what's that mean? They weren't set. They snap it quick. And it ends up being a pretty decent punt. About 36, 37 yards. And the Grizzlies will take over at their own 33, trailing by 11. 7:28 to play in the ball game. With all the passing that's gone on tonight, this has been a longer game than usual. Passing and scoring stops the clock. And it's the Grizzlies' turn again. Got into the end zone last time. Can they put together back-to-back scoring drives, something they haven't done yet tonight? The Timpanogos defense has always answered the call on that second one. Here's another pick. This one goes right to, it's Peters. It's the same guy that's had 3 turnovers now. That's the hat trick. That is the hat trick. He's recovered a fumble. He's got 2 picks. Robert Parsons, I said Peters, it's Parsons. Big fan of his dad Alan's project. Parsons having a big night. And that will take the air right out of the sails of the Grizzlies. Their defense back out on the field, and the Timpanogos offense leaves early. $11 penalties now for Timp. They've got over 100 yards worth of penalties as well. 1st and 15. Quickly out to Jones, they pick up 4. Hillstead gets rid of it.
Incomplete pass intended for Coach Lunsford.
Now it's 3rd and 11. I would imagine Timpanogos would go for it on 4th down here if they don't get it. Over the middle. Jones grabbed by Covington, short of the 1st down. Picks up about 8. That is attempt number 51. And now I'm out of room. On my stat sheet, 4th down and a long 2. .620 to play in the ball game. Timpanogos trying to put it away. Missed tackle out there. Wouldn't have mattered. They had enough for the 1st down. Pickup of about 5 for Harvey. And a 1st down. Patient running by Woodbury. Picking up about 6. He's slow to get up. 11 carries, 31 yards for Woodbury. The clock runs towards 5.5. Timpanogos again trying to put the ball game away, get it in the end zone here, and go up by 3 scores. With the clock on your side. Making it tough. Down goes Hillstead. Ball comes free. Logan says, making it tough, nothing. We're still in this thing. Hillstead walloped, and for the 2nd time tonight, he's sacked and loses the football. And the Grizzlies turn him over. Three turnovers for Timpanogos, 5 for Logan. Logan with 9 turnovers coming into this ball game tonight. Again, something that they're trying to work on, that and the penalties, and they raise their head here again tonight. Birch picks up 11 on the little swing. His first grab of the ball game. And the Grizz move the chains. And Logan still breathing, down by 11. A long way from pay dirt, but these kids don't give up. Another little swing out to Birch. Birch tries to split the defenders. They try to strip the ball. And he picks up 5. He's the safety outlet. That's the 40th attempt of the night for Favero. Looking at that safety outlet again, then looks upfield, nothing there. And then he throws another pick. The officials are still looking at each other. Pick number 5 for Jace Favero. He'd thrown 2 coming into this ball game. Now he's got 7 interceptions on the season and 7 touchdowns on the season. He looked and looked. He looked one off. He looked downfield, looked it off, and then he tried to force it in between 3 defenders. He's a sophomore. Some growing pains. And another Grizzly drive cut short by a turnover. Hillstead out to Graff. Graff makes the first man miss, not the second. Braden Nilsson was not about to let Graff get away. Gain of a yard. Graff 105 and 2 touchdowns on 8 catches. 290 yards and 4 touchdowns for Hillstead. He's not thrown a pick. He's fumbled twice. Logan creeping up. Ball's on the turf. Hillstead and Woodbury looking at each other. Woodbury picks it up and loses 5, 6. Third down and 14. Both teams been a little sloppy with the football. 8 combined turnovers. But and 20 some penalties. And in the meantime, they've managed to combine for 57 points. Hillstead to Graff. They get down in Graff's feet and pull him down after a gain of 5. 36 of 54 for Hillstead. 295 yards and those 4 touchdowns. Timpanogos taking plenty of time. The play clock is under 5 seconds. The game clock is down to 2:10. Timpanogos going to take a timeout. It's going to be 4th and 9. There's 2:09 to play in the ballgame. Timpanogos trying to put this thing away. 34-23, they lead over Logan. KSM buys, sells, and repairs all types of musical instruments, including guitars, bass, drums, horns, woodwinds, and many others. Call or come by the store at 50 West, 400 North in Logan for estimates and other info about all those services. Hey, you know, school's just starting up. If your kid's in band or orchestra, they do have rentals as well. They offer the first month free, no commitment. You can return or exchange anytime, and repairs are included in the rental of quality name brands. And KSM Music, a Game of the Week sponsor. Thanks to all of our Game of the Week sponsors, helping bring you high school football. Well, for pushing 4 decades now. First game you ever did was that state championship game between Mountain Crest and Skyview. Is that correct? 1987. Hillstead on 4th and 9, over the middle, kill shot.
Touchdown, Timpanogos. That pass complete to McCann.
35 yards, Hillstead to McCann. And that's your ball game. McCann now 126 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Hillstead 37 of 55, 330 yards, 5 touchdowns. Both teams on the sidelines, the officials all huddled up. 2:03 to go in this ball game. Coach Butts told me, hey, we've had an incredible off season, but there's a ton of work to do. And we see that tonight, right? We've seen some good things out of this Logan ball team, and then some things they need to clean up, penalties and turnovers. And that's one thing Coach Butts told me. He said, hey, the last 2 games we won them, but we put ourselves in a bad spot. 300 yards in penalties, 9 turnovers. And he was pretty happy with his team. There's no stat for grit, he says. So, and they came from behind, and he was impressed with how his team stayed calm under pressure. And that's kind of what they've done here tonight. They got down a couple scores, and they've been down 2 to 3 scores all night. They keep trying to battle back. Had it down to 11 and then just gave up another score. But talking with Coach Butts, this was his quote. He said, I'm passionate about the process. And you could tell talking to him how passionate he is, not just about getting these kids playing the best ball they can, but being the best people they can. And you know, good coaches, that's what they're always trying to do, right? You want to win, but most of these kids are not going to make a career out of football, but they're going to go on to be community members. So teach them to give back to the community, to work with other people, to be the best they can be. And your best coaches do that. And Coach Butts is wanting to instill that here at Logan High. 41-23. Timpanogos leads with 2:03 to play. Crowded house playing us out. Well, it's 9:30 on a Friday night, about the time I start thinking about what I might want to eat for breakfast on Saturday morning. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about breakfast at Wendy's with their new breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles. You can mix and match your very own perfect pairing of their delicious morning favorites. You can choose from sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee if that's your jam. Wendy's, Game of the Week sponsor. Don't Dream It's Over is the name of that song. Are you trying to tell us something? 41-23. Timpanogos averaging 41 points a game, and they're right on it right now. Yeah, it's probably over, but I'm sure Logan's going to come out and try to get downfield, put some more points on the board as fast as they can. This is going to be a tough region again this year. Before tonight, Logan, Mountain Crest, Green Canyon, and Ridgeline were all 2-0. Logan's on their way to their first loss. Check in on those other scores and see where they're at. Late in the ball game, Mountain Crest looks like they're in danger of picking up their first loss. East leads them 35-23. With a minute left in the fourth quarter, Ridgeline leads Stansbury 28-20. They're looking to go to 3-0. Box Elder beats Bear River 21-10 as Favero hits Olson for another 10 yards. He's got 114 yards on the night. Salem Hills late in the ballgame, 61-28 over Westfield. Green Canyon and Highland in overtime, tied at 21. Favero taken down for the big sack. He loses 10. Skyview loses the Spanish Fork 47-28. Again, a reminder for you that we'll be at Mountain Crest next week, Bear River and Mountain Crest. Favero unloading over the middle. Oh, he had a receiver. He put it right in his hands, a little behind him. Will Ward would love that one back. Ward might score if he catches that. He had split the defenders. He was running free. Favero put it just a little behind him, but it was in Ward's hands. 3rd and 20. 1:20 to play in the ball game. Favero sets up, looks for Covington. Covington hauls it in, picks up 25, takes a wallop. That's not Covington, that's Pingree. He's got 75 yards on 7 carries. 328 yards passing now for Favero, but he's got those 5 interceptions. It was nearly 6 as he was going over the top for Reed Olson.
Incomplete pass intended for Reed Olson.
28 of 44 for 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 5 picks for Favero. Done a good job the first 2 games taking care of the football, but he had a couple of them tipped in this one and then a couple that he just were errant throws. 2nd and 10, 1:02 to play. 4-man rush, Favero to his outlet pass. We got a flag, we're gonna get a hold. So instead of 3rd and 5, it's gonna be 2nd and 20. Yet another penalty on Logan.
Holding on the Grizzlies.
$124 yards in penalties on Logan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 accepted penalties on the Grizz. Timpanogos hasn't done much better. They've got 11 or 12. Favero over the middle. Pingree gets the penalty yardage back and then some. He runs out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Pass complete to Jace Pingree.
Clock stops, 49 seconds to play. Favero looking over the middle, Reed Olson. Now he gets out of trouble, heads for the sideline, picking up as much yardage as he can. He does not get out of bounds. See if the Grizz use a timeout. 25 yards for Olson. 139 yards. And 9 catches for Olson. 376 yards for Favero. Now he's going to step up. Runs for the sideline. Out at the 20. Picks up 7, and there's an injured. injured Timpanogos player down on the field. Can't see who it is. It gives me a chance to see if I can add up some stats here really quick. 59 yards rushing for Timpanogos, 330 yards passing, 389 total yards for Timpanogos with 32 seconds left in this ball game. 47 yards on the ground for Logan so far and 376 in the air. It's 326 in the air. That should be a 25-yard gain there, not a 75-yard gain. So 326 so far for the Grizzlies through the air. And they're at 2nd down and 3 at the Timpanogos 20-yard line. Timpanogos with a lot of backups in there right now. They go to Pingree. Pingree down near the 10. He's ridden out of bounds. They're going to stop the clock. They're going to give him forward progress to the 11. .98 yards on 9 catches for Pingree. Guys are putting up some numbers tonight on both sides of the ball. 7 seconds to play in the ball game. Logan looking to put another score on the board. Down goes Favero. See if they take a timeout before the clock runs out. Easton Favero's brought down for a sack, and that's going to be the ball game. The Grizz battle, hang in there, but Timpanogos with too much firepower. The Timberwolves hand the Grizzlies their first loss of the season and improve to 2-1. The Grizzlies fall to 2-1. 41-23 your final. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.
Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. KSM means music. Music is all we do. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.